Antoine Olivier Pillon. I hope I said it right. Wonderful actor. I've seen him in, I'm sorry, in Mummy. I think it was on Cinemax. Impressive, very young then, and still young artist. I think he's also directing. He plays the role of Daniel Leger in this Most Wanted. Excellent movie. Potolește-te. In which he's in fact a small-time junkie, nobody in the underworld, but somehow gets picked up by mistake by the Canadian police and thrown into an international drug deal. International both are small, that's another aspect in this film, which is a drama but has many aspects of comedy. Incredible, inconceivable, as that villain said in Princess Bride, but still based on reality. So, a complex plot, but let's try and summarize it by saying the police is trying to have an important success in uncovering an important network for drug trafficking. But somehow, as I said, they pick on Daniel Leger, which they confuse with somebody else's. Is it Robert Leger? It doesn't matter. They find out at one point that though dates are similar, mugshot is different. So they're not talking about the same person. It's a mistake, but they don't want to stop an operation for which they worked and press on, even if, as the journalist Josh Hartnett, excellent as Victor, the journalist he worked for the Globe and Mail at one point, and then I don't have the name of this newspaper, but anyway, he uncovers the story and might be instrumental, crucial in saving the life of this small-time junkie young man. And he says at one point, we're talking 2 kilos of heroin here, but these people in those countries deal with I don't know what incredible number of metric tons of this stuff. In other words, 2 kilos, yes, sounds like a lot, and it is a lot, but on the scale, on the volume, this was also one element of a very an operation which went very wrong. So they promote this insignificant individual in terms of the criminal world, and they say to him, okay, you go to Thailand, you find a dealer, we're talking business and big money, and you'll have a share in this. And they keep pushing him. He doesn't have the money, he doesn't have a passport. He says, well, they cancel my passport. And he's not really into this, but the police is really serious about pushing drugs, doing that. I mean, not really. I mean, we can say everything, all the bad things about them, but they're not really the dirty cops in that sense. I mean, they don't want to sell drugs, profit. They just want to succeed with this, as I said, with this operation. I have to repeat that until I find another word. Surveillance job, whatever. So they pull the strings, they give him a passport, they find the money, they push him, he finds a tuk-tuk driver, again, if not a non-entity, it's a small-time crook or dealer. And they push and he only has 2 kilos. That's not big. I mean, it's not big enough to justify expense traveling to Thailand, having 3 policemen from Canada involved in the Thai police, and then the exchange itself is so fucked up. It's incredible. One of the officers dies because another one, the head of the operation, actually is knocking on the back window of a pickup truck, and as he bangs on with a gun, the gun fires and he shoots dead one of his colleagues. He's cut on the face. Truck is hitting. There's an accident. They get Leger. They send him in jail. But it was all wrong. The Canadian police doesn't have the right to do this. They cannot fund something like that. It's all rules breaking and illegal and perverse, immoral, and what have you. We think so highly of Canadians. Well, anyway, the film is really worth watching because, as I say, it has elements of comedy, of the absurd theater, because it's unbelievable what happens, but it's true. And it records, of course, Return to Paradise. Joaquin Phoenix, Vince Vaughn, and Han Hesh, the latter trying to convince Vince Vaughn's character to return to, was it Thailand again? To one of those places to save his friend who's going to die, sentenced to die, because they're very harsh on, just like Leger. Leger was in danger of dying, execution. They kill for if you have more than 20 grams, or I don't know, 200, it's a limit, then it's execution. So yeah, it's and then there's life in prison. On average, they don't last more than 10 years. It's in miserable conditions. Really worth watching.